for 20 long years. I smoked lots of reefer and drank lots of beer. Every day at 420, we're gonna settle this score. For 20 long years, it's been 20 past 4. Hello, welcome to 420 Live. I'm Jeff Kravitz. Still Jeff Kravitz, even if I try to forget. Welcome to the Wednesday edition. You know, it's been an amazing adventure. 420 Live, owning the spot during the pandemic when everybody was celebrating 420 every day. I was sitting here. Most of the time, you probably had the volume off. But I was sitting here on your screen coming to you. And now I'm out in public and I'm running into people. And they're like, wow, you're a lot taller on in person than you are on the screen. And I'm like, yeah, I'm this big on the screen. And like in person, I'm 6'4". Some lady on Bourbon Street yelled out 6'2" when I walked by a couple weeks ago or last week when I was in New Orleans. You're wondering where I've been the past couple of weeks. I've been working, you know, life has started to come back around. I was in Atlanta on the for the Triller fight, for Jake Paul fight, which ended up being the 10th biggest viewed pay-per-view event in history. They're now suing. Triller is suing all the illegal streamers now for $100 million, thinking that about 2 million people tuned in off-site, and that cost them a lot of cash. So they want their money. And they kind of deserve it. And I get it. You know, people are taking their product, and not just Trillers, but everybody. Football games, basketball games. Come on, everybody's got that website you flip onto. But so I was in New Orleans. I was in Atlanta, and I did the Triller fight. And that was fantastic to be back at work at a live event where it was real people performing live and running each other backstage and stuff. And, you know, watching the COVID restrictions. Everybody tested, you know, and then I was in New Orleans. My friend Martin Shore directed the amazing series, Take Me to the River. The first one was about the Memphis Delta Blues. And the second one is about New Orleans, about the Big Easy, about the Mississippi, about the city that we all love, that we all go visit. And it was interesting to be back in New Orleans, back at the same time it would be Jazz Fest. I would have been back there. I was there the same week I would have come in for Jazz Fest if Jazz Fest was happening. And it was strange. It was strange because there was music on Bourbon Street, but there wasn't music on Frenchman Street. I mean, is music on Frenchman Street on weekends, but there's music inside, unmasked. People should be wearing masks because mainly because they're ugly. Should be covering up the ugly. That's the one thing. You can now wear the masks outside. That's great. Now you got to see how everybody looks, you know. And let's face it, we're not looking a lot better or any better after the past 14 months locked up in our self-imposed exile. We've all been out of the loop. I had a meeting with a friend of mine today who was afraid to shake hands, and I was like, "Look, the CDC says you can't get it from surfaces. The CDC says you don't have to wear your mask outside anymore when you're vaccinated. And even if you're with people that aren't vaccinated, you don't need to wear your mask." So, I mean, they're lightening up on these rules. They're trying to figure out what it all means. And I don't know what it means. Anyway, as you know, I've been coming Monday through Friday in the 420 slot. And I've been lackadaisical. I got to admit, life is coming back on. It's hard for me to focus. I don't have the attention span I had to come 5 days a week. So I'm kind of using today's show, my State of the Union, now to talk about my State of the Union, the Kravitz State of the Union, what's going on in my head as I roll up into another year of this. We passed that 420 mark. I don't know how many of you watch my 420 show, but I got so obliterated on that show. I mean, and kind of fitting. I'm in this slot. I mean, that's what it's all about. I want you to see me at my best, see me at my worst, see me at my in-between. So it was interesting to come in and, oh, there's people here. Announcements. I got fish dates. Do you want to know? Do you want to know what the rumor? You know what the rumors are, Johnny Ray. I don't got to tell you. They're going to drop the first half of the tour. They're going to pick up the tour at the beginning of July. They're going to do a couple weeks, maybe a one-off up in Washington State, and then Dick's, and then fun in October. Come on. That's what we want. What I thought of Damn last night, I thought, damn, that I want to see that. Who's that band is what I thought. I want to see those guys. If everything was fast, everything was on, there was no clunkers. I'm not talking about song selection. There was some songs I didn't love, but Hi, Amy Marie. How are you? Good to see you. Zorn. Hi, Facebook user. Yo, Joseph Tipper, my friends over there on the Twitch. Keeping me on my toes there on the Twitch. Thank you. It's nice to be back. And hello, Barbara Betson, back there in my hometown of Atlantic City. I hope to get there this summer. I hope Fish is going to be playing Atlantic City this summer. I still got all my eggs in that basket right there if you want to talk about where I really want to see Fish this summer. I want to see them down the boardwalk from Mom's house. I want to go to the White House, grab a cheesesteak, get late night at Tony's Baltimore Grill. I'm just hoping, I got to imagine that everybody feels like everything's going to open. California has the lowest numbers in the country right now. So I think that we're coming into this. We're coming back where we could see it. We're going to be at 100% occupancy indoors on June 15th if things keep dropping like they do in California. I don't see why they wouldn't. But it's nice to be number one in the country. We had a tough time in California. We really got through the ringer. And when you see what's happening in India, I don't know how many of you are tuned into what's happening in the rest of the world, but funeral pyres in the streets. I mean, tens of thousands of people dying from COVID. You got to get vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, I kind of want to know why you're not vaccinated, because to me, it's like, all right, get it. And they're like 6 people got sick out of 6 million. If we would have done, I saw today in the paper, the local paper, when I was getting my falafels, that 182 people died in Santa Monica. In the west side of LA, 498 people died of COVID in the past 14 months. And God rest their souls. But if we would have apply that to the amount of people that die in traffic accidents and would have done the same thing to cars, because cars are much deadlier than COVID, nobody would be driving. We would have just stopped driving down the road. So I really want everybody to take care of themselves, keep the numbers down where they are. We don't want to turn into India, and it is possible. Big LA Stadium concert this weekend. Really? There is? Did I miss that? Am I not invited? Am I not shooting that? Yes. Humphreys at Red Rocks. I mean, if you saw the pictures from, excuse me, it's my pre-show bong hits coming in. If you saw the pictures from the Lotus show that was there this weekend, every other row was occupied. Now, if you've been to Red Rocks, there's some big rows that go all the way across. So you're keeping the row in front of you open. So that's a lot of people. That's 50% capacity at least. So hats off to my friends at over there at Donnie Strasberg and all my friends over there at that are doing it up. They're doing it up at AEG, bringing the shows back, bringing the music back. Everybody's still mystified why the Coachella site doesn't have music, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot of politics there in Indio that we don't have know nothing about. But a lot of it has to do with money in the city. And there's a reason they moved Coachella to the spring, and it had to do, everything has to do with politics. So let's just face it. There's not going to be anything out there, I believe, this fall. So, take that as you will there, Johnny Ray. I'm not talking out of school here. It's just common sense. State of Kravitz piece of shit out of CNN, blah, blah, blah. Yes, trust me, I got it. I can't even tune in anymore to the politics. And that's why it's the State of the Union, because today Joe Biden, our president, is going to speak to the Congress. They invited him to speak today, so he's going to speak. So I wanted to give you my 2 cents on the way I'm feeling, and after especially my trip to New Orleans, because it was an eye-opening experience of being in a town that I'm usually seeing the sunrise every day. And now I'm going to bed at 12:30. My average bedtime in New Orleans was 12:30. I was like, what the hell happened? What? And I got in the cab one night and I was on the way back to the hotel, and I was like, wow, everything's closed, huh? And the guy's like, wow, you want a drink? And I was like, are you offering to take me back to your place and give me a drink? He's like, no. He goes, well, no, he says, no, it's New Orleans. If you want to get a drink, I will take you to get a drink. And I was like, no, that's fine. I'm kind of done. And, as most of you know, alcohol's not really my thing. I'm California sober, like everybody else here. That means psychedelics and lots of cannabis use, and maybe an occasion. I had a cocktail here and there in New Orleans. I'm not adverse to having a drink, but I just can't drink like it did in the old days, like another bottle, another eighth. Yes, well, we're here at 420 Live. We are constantly on the Mary Jane. Here, our friends from Mendocino Grasslands gave us this beautiful little pen. I had to write the flavor. This is the San Fernando Valley OG right here. I'm not going to get as baked today as I did on 420. My God, I just said I needed a nap after that show. So Foo Fighters, J Balvin, I believe that's a fundraiser. Are human beings going to that? I mean, so I guess, are human beings actually going to that? Did I gotta see about shooting that? Is that Saturday? I don't know. There's so much Fast and Furious stuff going on. And, like I say, I want the live experience. I want it now. I don't want to be shooting something for 2 weeks to watch it come up on the show later. I mean, I'll shoot anything, really. But, thinking about the whole past year, and I don't think I'm going to be able to redo what I've done, my career coming up. I'm sure I'm going to get great images coming up, but it's going to be a while to take this machine and crank it back up. And the celebrity culture's incredibly damaged. I mean, let's take a look at the Oscars. I mean, did you watch the Oscars? I would take it not 9 million people tuned into the Oscars. And I bet you the average time was about 20 minutes. It was incredibly hard to watch. I watched the last 20 minutes of the show because I figured I want to watch a big show. And then they gave out the Best Director award before they gave out Best Actor, Best Actress. And they gave Best Actor last. And it was Anthony, what's he call it? Hopkins, right? Tony Hopkins. Do I got that right? Anthony Hopkins? Yeah. Yes, I do. And so he wins, and then they cut to a black and white picture of him, nothing, no video. He's the winner of the Best Actor, and you're going to end the show on, we're going to get this to Tony, and thank you for watching. Good night. I mean, that's a wet fart. Let's face it. So you got to end with a high note. You don't want to end on videotaped. You knew he was going to win. I mean, come on, oldest actor to win the Best Actor award. So cheers to Tony. But again, 9 million people watched. I think that they're going to do these award shows. They got to do them on TikTok and just make TikTok videos for each award. I'm going to do a demo of what I think the future of award shows is going to look like as a TikTok video. Because it's just not entertaining. It's just really, I was thinking about it today when I was driving in. I was like, it's the Oscars, right? These are the best minds in Hollywood that make the most amazing entertainment. And they're just too highbrow. They can't get off their high horses to make something that's entertaining and it resonates with most of the people today. So they're going for such a small crowd. And it's just blowing smoke up each other's ass, just to blow smoke up each other's ass. this is futile. Nobody the people that deserve an award last year is us. So we deserve an award for having to sit through the television that we had to sit through. I mean, let's face it, Tiger King, as good as it was the highlight of entertainment of the pandemic. I mean, everybody was talking like that, like it was a second coming, and it was some redneck dude that not well-adjusted redneck dude that you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to watch this. Everybody's raving about it. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was mindless entertainment. And cutting through all the series, catching up on your life, reading, catching up with the family. I mean, you kind of are where we're paying attention to everything that's happening in our lives because it's hard to escape because every day you're waking up to it. You're like, okay, here we go again. Another adventure. So yes, the award, Mindy, goes to you. It goes to me for surviving the past year without our releases, without the fun that we've had. Let's face it, you're going to give an award to movies that nobody's watched. I did watch Nomadland, and I knew Francis was going to win. And photographically, kind of a good year to miss because it was just all right. So, well, I'm not, that not just the Oscars, but that form of entertainment, award shows. We got to get past this. Making famous people feel better about themselves as entertainment, a lifestyle. I mean, I think we're getting better than that. I think the award shows should go more to the people that have done the most during the pandemic. I think there should be a pandemic awards. Which the pandies, the pandy or the panda, the panda for the doctor that saved the most lives, the panda for best movie of the panda, panda for best song. I mean, I got it. The Panda Awards. Yeah, I think we're going to do that right here on 420 Live, the Panda Awards. I'm on to something here. Anyway, as much as I'd like to come live with you every day at 420 and like hang out, I could see real life encroaching in. I could feel it coming. And this was really fun to do when I had the time and the energy, when I was sitting around all day just figuring out what strain I was going to smoke next. Where are we coming now? I'm going to talk to Joel Gowan. Joel Gowan and we're going to come up with the pandemic, the pandies, and we're going to do it on TikTok, and we're going to make it totally engaging, and it's going to be the kind of thing that everybody's going to watch because it's just going to fly by. They're going to watch it when they want. It's going to be on TikTok, one word into another. See, we're working on this together, Ben. I feel like we're co-producing this. Everybody's involved with the Panda Awards. I'm on the phone with Joel Gowan. As soon as this show's over, I think he's working on the Rock Hall right now. Again, the Rock Hall ready. Him and my good friend Andy Carota. Andy was working on all kinds of different things coming up. Anyway, Oscars has led to the Panda Awards. An engaging show that people want to watch that's not based on the old form of entertainment that is currently dead. Let's face it, destination TV is a thing of the past. You must see television. You can must see it whenever you want to see it. You don't have to sit there at 7:00 at night and everybody tune in. Yeah, sports are different, but I also like sports later so you can fast forward to the good parts or watch the 15-minute clip at the end. I don't have 4 hours to show. There you go, Ben. You got it. You got it. I'll be producing and directing the show, so I'll be a little bit busy. But I got it. I know exactly who to talk to make this happen. The Panda Awards. Maybe my friends there at Triller. Yeah, Andy Panda Awards. Carota, she's getting some good name checks today. And the Panda, it's kind of good inspiration there. The Carota family, yes. I was with them in Atlanta. I went out with Matt and Andy for dinner. It was really nice to see those guys. I saw them a year ago at my house, just before everything hit the fan. And we were talking about this, and they're like, yeah, it's going to be 2 weeks. I was like, nah, I don't think it's going to be 2 weeks. And it hasn't, but I'm glad it wasn't 2 years. I think 2 years, we would have really hit the wall. Because another year of this, like no hugging, everybody looking at you sideways and you're walking down the street. I did walk down the street without my mask today. I read the CDC ruling. I'm fine with it. I am down. So best supporter. You screen grab. Come on. You'd be the screen grab award. The screen grab award will be our screen grab artist, the Panda Awards. Yep. This all gels into my thought today of trying to make the Oscars palatable by putting them on TikTok. Fuck the Oscars. It's not about them. It's about the future. You're not going to go to these old companies and convince them to do things the modern way. It's just not going to, and it doesn't really matter. The Oscars as a brand is kind of kaput. I mean, the Academy is running on fumes. Yeah, they're going to make their money. They're going to have their membership. They're going to get their advertising money. They're going to have their show. But next year, how many people are going to watch? Is it going to be 12 million from this year's 9 million? Or is it going to be 6 million or 3 million? Or is it going to be less than amount of people that watch Jake Paul paid $50 to box? And maybe that's another idea. Maybe you make these award shows engaging, something people want to watch, and make them pay-per-view events where you pay a premium to watch the show if you want to watch it. That way, at least your brand at 2 or 3 million people clicking in at $50 each is going to bring in some revenue. So, you know what? I should be running these fucking networks. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here with you people at 420 Live. Come on. I got ideas. We're going places. This is the incubator. This is the think tank. This is the Shark Tank goes sideways. The Kravitz in the tank with Jeff Kravitz. Yeah, we're going to we all want to take a bath, right? My Lord. The pandas. Yeah, I like it. I think it's got legs. Fauci, he could get like a special panda for, I mean, people are still, it's interesting to hear what people are saying about this guy, about Dr. Fauci, and how he's, not, he didn't get anything right the whole time. I'm kind of enjoying the karmic slapback. All this Rudy Giuliani, he got raided by the FBI today. They went in and picked up all his docs or whatever they took. I don't know. They're on it. The Justice Department's on it. They're investigating all these police shootings. 3 police shootings a day, folks. 3. But I was thinking about that too. I mean, we are a nation of 331 million people. There's a lot of people here. Should you assume that 3 people are going to die by the hands of law enforcement every day just because there's so many people in the world and there's so much stuff going down? Maybe they deserve it. I don't know. It's impossible to tell. But I think 3 is too many. I don't think the cops should be killing anybody, And especially what's going on now, the guy gets shot in the back of the head with his hands on the steering wheel. It was at Baltimore or Chicago. I mean, this stuff now is just like every day. It's worse. I can't believe things are getting worse. It's just like the guns are out of control. Cops are killing 3 people a day, and then everybody else is just going nuts. It's just like, I gotta go shoot up. I gotta take my gun to wherever and shoot it up because I'm mad. I mean, when was that ever acceptable? And I have to give it up to the ladies. You ladies, I don't see you guys shooting up stuff. I mean, I say that now and watch something's going to happen, but I don't see you guys out there like going crazy and, at least you're keeping your shit together that much where you don't feel the need to go in and start shooting things up. It's just the guys and white men. You're kind of fucking crazy. I don't know what the hell. You guys just need all to smoke some weed. I mean, for the love of Pete. It's just not right. The guns. I mean, come on. India is literally on their knees. But we need to send help to India. I mean, people need to get vaccinated. People in America need to get vaccinated. I don't understand this anti-vax thing. And I see it. Isai Morales on his Instagram and a couple other friends of mine. They're always tagging up these doctors and anti-vax this, anti-vax that. I think the vaccines are going to end up saving our country. So that's just my opinion on it. I can see what's happening. I feel a lot better now that I'm vaccinated. I talked to a friend of mine today in Miami. He's like, I got COVID for the 2nd time. And I was like, 2nd time? And he's like, yeah, much worse than the first. So he goes, I thought I had the antibodies. You don't have the antibodies just because you had it for 4 days or whatever. It doesn't make you immune just because you had it. Get the vaccine, people. Stop the nonsense. We got to bring this back around. We want to have a really nice summer this summer, right? I want to go to concerts. I want to see you all at Fish. I heard maybe Dead and Company coming out. I heard J-Raz playing a boatload of shows. I heard all kinds of things, My little birds, I feel like the bald-headed guy on Game of Thrones. My little birds are telling me chirping up all kinds of information about all the camps. Everybody wants to activate it, and everybody's ready to go. Let's face it. We all have our ticket money out there. We bought those tickets. I didn't buy them, but people bought tickets for concerts, and only 10 to 20% actually asked for a refund. People didn't even ask for refunds when people, they're like, just roll it over the next show. And lucky for all of us, a lot of those next shows are coming up in the next 6 months. So, yeah, I agree. But India's been fucked for a couple months now, like 6 months. Farmers have been blockading the roads, and that's been going on for I think a half year. I believe that's still going on over there. So between the blockades and everything else happening in India, and Russia, and you know what? Not my wheelhouse. I love to chatter about it and talk about it because it's important. But I'm here for the distraction. I'm here for the not to talk about the disillusionment, but it comes up a lot. And what the thing out today, the great thing I saw, my favorite thing I read today was Biden's first 100 days in office. He has lied 7 times less than Donald Trump. I would have had him at 10 times less, but 7 times less. So I can't say I'm happy with Biden and all his proposals for taxing people, the capital gains stuff. I mean, really affects anybody that trades the Bitcoins or anybody that's in the stock market. These capital gains taxes coming up, and especially if you live in California or New York, where it could top 50%. I mean, that's the stuff that's going to bring us to our needs because, there's plenty of great places to live in this world You get tax-free. I mean, California it's very nice. I love it here. The weather's absolutely beautiful. I heard beautiful New York, 85 today in New York City. So the weather's kicking back up. Spring has sprung. It's practically May. I got my birthday coming up. I'm planning for that. We're going to do a little jam session here in LA. And, I'm 59 on 5'9", and I just realized that today. I was like walking to get lunch. I'm like, 5'9". Oh, that's how old I am too. That's wow. So I'm figuring it all out here. All the shit that comes to you when you start thinking about it. So I'm getting ready for that. And, planning adventures, planning work, planning summer, trying to figure out what's going to happen, waiting for everybody to figure out where these tour dates are going to drop so I can figure out what flights I'm going to book, where you're going to stay. I'm not going to say I didn't book accommodations at the Gorge towards the end of August, but yeah, I did. I grabbed something up there, and I believe a lot of the stuff that I read that people start sharing. I mean, that's how news travels. You read it, you see it online, and then you read something on another link, and then you're like, okay, I'm in. So I'm up for any adventures, folks. So just hit me on the sidebar. You got anything good coming up this summer? I heard people were talking about these underground parties in LA, like that there's raves going on every weekend. And I'm like, wait, where's my invite to this shit? So if you know any of this underground stuff, make sure you hit me up on the old side there. And, as far as us here at 420 Live, I'm going to go with Wednesday as our show day. This could change depending on travel and future. And, if there's something I need to come live with more than once a week, I'm going to come live more than once a week. But for the foreseeable future, we're going to try to come live with you once a week on Wednesdays, 420 Live. Just because my bandwidth is shrinking, Trust me, if this was a money thing and 420 Live was bringing in the ducats, I would be like, you know what? Photography, forget it. I'm just going to sit here and bullshit with people on the internet for an hour every day. But obviously, it's not the way this played out. So I'm going to continue to do this because I do have a lot of people that still want to come on and do the show. People, my friends of mine that are dropping music and, people that want to talk and told me I'm going to have a bright future as a talk show host. Well, I'm not getting any younger, and I'm trying to keep this. This is pre-surgery, So I will come to Scotland, Joseph Tipper, as soon as I can get over to the UK. I am going to come. I love it over there, especially in the summertime or, when it's beautiful. Hi, Cat King. How you doing? Good to see you. Saw you at the Emerald Cup. Good to see you here. 420 Live. I'm hanging out. I'm hitting this occasionally. I'm just shooting the shit. I'm setting the rules for my 420 Live come the future. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. Well, if we could line up the sponsors, I'd be down to keep it going. But like I said, it has been a lot of time going live. I mean, I kind of lost count. I mean, I could give you an official count here because I think I have it all up. October. Is it October? Oh my God, it's October. Oh, October 2021. That's why that wasn't working. It's actually April, isn't it? All right, let's see. We're at show 228. It's like 235 or something like that. 235 shows in the past year, 14 months. Well, yeah, 13 months, right? Yeah, I started on March 16th. 13 and a half months of coming live to you at 420 Live. I'm surprised I still have shit to say, but our world continually changes. There's always stuff going on. So, I love this format and I love being able to reach out and talk to people. And, thank you. And my friend Russ Lapointe, I talked to him. I wished him a happy birthday the other day, and he had to thank me for keeping him sane with my humor over the past year. And I was like, wow, it just made my day because, you don't realize how it resonates or how people, what you've done or what it is. It's just been a long time coming. And so it's just like, I just keep on going because I'm a Taurus, obviously. Now my birthday's next week. So I'm a Taurus, and I keep my head down, just keep charging regardless of what's in front of me. Sometimes it serves me well. Other times it doesn't. I mean, you all know how your stubborn friends are. And that's pretty much been the way I've handled this, for the past year. Just keep going, keep booking guests, keep looking for people. But it's a lot of energy, and it's been a lot of my blood and sweat and tears. But I love the way it's resonated, because that's really what it is, and I appreciate everybody. So, okay, I will hit you up with that. Thanks, Amy Marie. I appreciate you tuning in, and I appreciate you can watch whenever it is. Yeah, I'm working on the party right now, working on the jam. I will shoot you. Make sure I have your email. DM me your email, and I'll make sure you get an invite. It is happening. Limited space, limited crowd, but I want to do something to celebrate coming out of this pandemic and getting together and being able to celebrate outside. So that's what it's all about. Coming back to life, coming back online, and getting yourself out of the mind fuck. Like, can you shake hands? Are you going to hug people? Are you going to share a joint? I mean, like if you go like this, you could share a joint like this. Right? Totally works. I just slobbered all over my hands. Right, and keep anything out. Whoa. You'll miss the daily cough. Me coughing on the air. Here comes a lung. Yeah, that works. I want I'm ready for the big spin the bottle parties. Let's go. It's time to just swap spit. Everybody just get it on. This time has passed. Just like someone was talking about parties and people have anxiety, and like, are people like making out? You like everybody having their own joints? Yeah. But then you smoke like 4 or 5 hits. You got to start throwing the little tiny ones, like this, little joints, or big filters with a little bit of joint. There's raves in the UK. All right, I'm down. I am down. You don't go to bar. No, you don't. But one of the things about cannabis is the sharing. That's always been the kind of the thing is you pass it around, you share. Oh, that's really tasty. You know what? I was in NOLA. We were passing dubs. Everybody was vaccinated. I really, have moved on. I've moved on from the COVID. I think it's moved on from us too. I'd like to say here in California, at least, So if you've been vaccinated, I think you could do it. Yeah, little 5 grammars, little tiny pinners. But yeah, we're COVID's. Please, COVID, exit to the left, exit to the left through the gift shop. Pick up a T-shirt on your way out. Pick up a Panda Award for least favorite disease. Yeah, like I said, it could have been a lot worse when you think about it. When you think about this disease and how many people got sick, and if all of those people actually died, or most of those people died, or half of them are fit, it's 1% less. We're less than 2% now. So if it would 10% or 20%, how much different it would be. So, but we're thankful here in the country that we had some leadership. You moved on 6 months ago. I did too. Well, not 6 months ago, because the numbers were really bad here. But, when I went down to Mexico, it was definitely for me an eye-opening experience to be down there in Tulum and see the way people were living and being like, well, why wouldn't you want to live where people where the disease isn't? Move to where the disease isn't for however many months you can. I mean, not everybody can afford that, but why would you want to be in the middle of a disease if you don't have to be there, if everybody's working from home? So that at least was my thought in the process. I did quite a bit of traveling. I posted on Facebook today an amazing video with my friends from the Virgin Islands of me on the catamaran rocking out. And, I watch a video and I still don't know who that guy is with his shirt wide open, flying a tie-dye shirt up on the catamaran. But the shoot is unbelievable. It's multi-camera. So you're seeing from all the different angles, from behind me, from in front of me, and the stuff from behind me where you can see the other boats and the crystal clear water of the Caribbean is just amazing. I heard we're going back to the Virgin Islands in November. I don't want to tip any hands, but that's a rumor I heard. So I'm excited that might happen. But I don't know. I'm looking at September now, and it's almost every weekend there's something going on. October, every weekend there's something going on. Everything is building up. You could see it all coming, and there's going to be even more stuff announced. Like, it's all out there now, And now every day there's more and more things coming out. Yes, out of the cities same thing in New York City. People moved out of the city. They wanted to go to a house that had like a balcony or a house that had a backyard. So a lot of people moved out of the city. Rent in New York City has dropped. Rent in San Francisco has really dropped. San Francisco was the highest real estate in America. So people are moving out into the country in where they have more space and they have more control over their space. They see what it was like living on top of each other. So, and a lot of this was socioeconomic. When I look at the west side of Los Angeles compared to the rest of LA, you look at East LA, the numbers in East LA were far worse. People are much higher concentration there. And also, so totally socioeconomic, the way this disease attacked us. So we're seeing it now. We're getting it ready. We're lining it up to send it out of the ballpark. Goodbye, COVID. Thank you. And a lot of my friends I know don't feel the same way, are hesitant to go out, are hesitant to go to shows, and are not into this, are like, this is too soon. This is too soon. But, what are you basing your science on? When do you feel comfortable enough? And if it's too soon, you got vaccinated for a reason. I mean, we've been getting vaccinated for years. So I know the variants and all the other horrible things that could come down the way, but let's face it, life is coming back. We're all going to get on it and be there, where there's going to be hugs. There is going to be joint sharing. There's going to be open mouth kissing. I can't wait to watch it all go down. It's just going to be like, whoa. Just imagine that first show of your favorite band back with all your friends, go the first Fish show, the first Dead and Company show. I mean, I kind of want to be at all those moments, but I want to be there with my camera because that's the joy. I can't imagine Trey's face when he hits that stage and straps on that guitar and looks out at that crowd, how big those smiles are going to be on him and Paige and Mike and John. And the same thing with Bob Weir when he's at, well, Bob's still playing. Bob never stopped. He's like playing constantly. So yes, get the vax, do it so we can all be together. And you got to start training. The dance sounds really good, but man, try it. You got to get with that guy who's doing the jam band workouts. He was with our friends from Spafford last week doing 420, 421, doing that. I was listening to the show today on our nugs.net. Our friend Brad Serling there at Nugs, still cranking out the great shows. And I was listening to Spafford's show on 420, and they introduced the guy who does the jam band workouts, and he does a whole jam band workout with everybody. And, hey, keeping it fresh, you got to get in shape because you're going to blow it out. You just think about it. Just think about going to see a band in Las Vegas that you love with all your friends. And probably we're going to have to ease into this, like train into it. I think maybe we should do like refresher courses. Like maybe we have like a thing out in Joshua Tree for a weekend where everybody comes out and we just like kind of rage. The first night it'll be like a 2 a.m. rage. And then the second night it'll be like a 4 a.m. rage. And then the next night it'll be like a midnight rage. So you can get in there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just walking up those Red Rock steps. I bust up. I have friends in high places when it comes to the rocks, the Red Rocks. So I'm ready to go and see my boys and get my camera out of hibernation. It's great to shoot again. I mean, the Triller thing, to see your pictures go all over the world. I mean, there was no other photographers there. There was no other media there. I was the only camera there. Me and Al Bella were the two cameras that got the photos out to all the news services and everything. It was just an absolute mind blower to see how effective and how the news travels. So I'm been saving up the energy and being back at work and having to deal with the politics and the celebrities and the producers and everybody who thinks they know everything. And you're just like, just let me do my job. Just let Kravitz at it. You've been training? I don't know. I'm telling you, I went to New Orleans last week. My average bedtime, John, was 12:30 at night. There wasn't stuff to do. I mean, even like it was like back home watching TV. Everything was closing at 1 a.m., wrapping up, it was just kind of sad, I didn't even trip the whole time I was in New Orleans. It was just, went out, smoked some bud, had a drink or two, and had some great food though. Giacomo's for dinner. Giacomo's on Friday night. Oh, no. Yes. Giacomo's on Friday night. There was 4 other tables there in the main dining area, maybe 5. And there was nobody out on the street in front of the Maple Leaf. So that's what I really think. That it was sad. Like New Orleans was like, closing up early. It's just like not the spirit of that town to roll up those sidewalks. So, Rizak and Matt Delivier. Yes, I have to say, best friends. Yeah, Giacomo's was really, really delicious. Oh, I had, all I wanted was a black and red fish. I knew what I wanted before I got there. He does delicious cream sauce with a little bit of crab in it. I wanted some alligator cheesecake. I had that. That was delicious. The alligator was so good. And what else do we have? We had a couple other appetizers. Everything was so good. It was so hard to pick. Like the menu's so great. And Jock came over. He sent over the coconut bread pudding for dessert on the house. I mean, we were all talking. Yeah, it would just like talk old school Giacomo's conversations. I've been going there for a couple decades now, and just always delivers. Had some great meals. And yes, the alligator cheesecake, bonkers. It's just like such an interesting combination of flavors. I love it. Yeah, the boat video. Marcus, did you watch it yet? Did you watch it? You left me up there hanging by myself. I was high as fuck up there playing too. But, I got to say, not having my own gear. I mean, really hard not to play on your own gear. Someone gives you a guitar and you're just like, okay, it's not the tone you want, but you're just going to go with it. You're just going to play it. Freaking hammered it out. It was so good. Do you guys want to see some? Should I show you some? Well, it's on my YouTube. Oh, I'm live now on YouTube. Holy shit. Let's see. Favorites. Is it on my favorites? Boat set. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. We'll go right here. Let's see. Let me get on here. Share the screen. Oh, come on. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. I'm sure I'm going to get tagged for this. All right, here it goes. Look at that. I mean, come on. Wait. Hold on. Just wait right here. Just wait a second right here. Oh, I went too far. Kravitz. There it is. Oh, it was right before this. There it is. Look at this. I mean, come on. Come on, guys. Video Miko on drums, Hash on bass, Matt Delivier, Jared Warren there from Unique Island Assets, and Mother Goat on keys, Scotty Senft on percussion. Right there, Mark Joseph helped me on the vocals and, being gracious, let me play his axe while you just sat there. But look at the different colors in the water here. To like be up there on the boat and like just look, and all these boats had people on them just rocking out. I mean, this to me was like kind of a highlight moment of the entire thing. Let's see. Get into the little not fade away here. Let's see where it is. Come on, Kravitz. Let's see. Oh no, it's on the eyes. Hold on. Let's bring it up here. No, come on. You're all the way up here. Wow, that was a long ass eyes. This was about a half an hour. Oh, what happened? What happened here? Oh. Kid dives into this chalk dust. Whoa, Kravitz. Watch your step there, son. Yeah, well, nobody else knew the chalk dust but me, so all right, that's enough of that. You know, I led them into the chalk dust. They were all fine. And if you're watching the video, it is on my Facebook if you want to watch the whole thing. It's about a half an hour long. Actually, the whole second set's up there. But you see Vinny Amico turn to Scotty Seventh at the end and go, what was that? What song was that? And he's like, yeah, chalk dust torture. And he's like, didn't know the break. But Vinny was amazing to play with. And man, he just followed me around. Does Hash know those tunes? Yes. Hash jumped up. Hash didn't play bass on the Scarlet because he didn't know Scarlet. But then he jumped up on the Eyes because he knew Eyes. And then he jumped up and he continued playing through the Not Fade Away, and actually took Not Fade Away in through the chalk dust. Nobody knew what I was doing, but it was still just an EA, so they all had it. And then I'm talking about chord changes. And then leading into we also go into My Generation there, and that was Hash's idea because he yelled at My Generation, and people try to put us down. So really fun and amazing to see. Like I was lucky to see like a cell phone video, and here I got all these angles. Like my friend Casey had all the angles all over the boat, and finally edited everything together for all the shows we did and sent it to us. But to me, that's the thing that resonated the most with me that I've done the past, since the pandemic started, was doing this, playing on a boat in the middle of Caribbean, high on 2CB, off my gourd, and a ton of bud, and with some of my new best friends, the Marcus Rezac dragged me down there to the Virgin Islands, then left me hanging out there by myself to play guitar with all those amazing musicians. And you know what? I held up all right, right? It wasn't too bad. I kind of stayed in key for the most part. And like Hash said, even when you're made a mistake, you just moved on. And that's the one thing I learned from Jerry Garcia was never let a mistake hold you down. So see, I didn't even have that queued up, ready to go, but you guys all got to see me rocking out on the boat. Yes, we're going to do that again in November. I just suggest that everybody come down. I am hoping I can carve that time out because I know things are going to be getting a lot busier. And that's one of the things, the State of the Union, the State of the 420 Union. The State of the Union is strong. 420 is at a highlight all over America as we watch Virginia, New Jersey, New York now. People are smoking weed everywhere in New York, wild abandoned. They're not arresting anybody, they're not locking anyone else. You can smoke in public wherever you can smoke cigarettes. The cat's out of the bag. The industry is strong. 420 will survive daily, twice a day, actually, if you play your cards right. But as far as 420 Live goes, we'll be coming to once a week now on Wednesday afternoons at 420. I say that with a wink, because if we have to come live, somebody wants to do a special show, someone hits me up like Kravitz, I got something I need to get out to the world, or if there's something I got to get out to the world, you'll see me do special pop-up shows here and there. And, hopefully I can integrate it into my work and do it at places like Bonnaroo and maybe interview somebody exciting. But I doubt that, because once I'm there on the ground at Bonnaroo, the only thing I'm scheduling is what time I take my LSD. What time am I going to trip? When am I going to have time to take my mind for a sleigh ride? Take your tongue for a sleigh ride, ladies and gentlemen. Who's got the fudgy wudgy ice cream? Thank you all for your continued patience, for the continued love and support for the past year. And now I'm seeing all you guys in public. It's really nice. It was nice to see back being in New Orleans, talking to people I had on my show. So it was amazing. Thank you, Jamie Kravitz. I hope you had fun. Are you still in Mexico? It looked very nice down in Mexico. I'm ready. I'm ready. We're going to have the best summer this summer. I'm planning on some Margate time. We're going to be down there in Jersey. Looks like fish is coming. So get the blow-up beds ready. Got lots of wooks coming in. Everybody like, where are we sleeping in Atlantic City? I'm like, Atlantic City is going to be really busy this summer. So you better deal with that shit right now, because you don't want to come up and not have a room. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, everybody. Oh, you're home. Good. Say hi to my brother, Greg. And we'll see you next Wednesday. And that's going to be coming right into my birthday week. And we'll be doing a live broadcast from the birthday bash also with the folks I'm putting together to play some music. I got some good band. I put together great set lists. We're doing a freedom set list. It's going to be great. Book it now. Jamie, you guys want to come next weekend? Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. Book it now. Yeah, we're looking. We got to figure it when. I don't know when I'm working. I'm going to be in beginning of June. I'll be shooting a Triller fight June 5th in Miami. I won't be doing Jake Paul on the 6th at the Hard Rock Stadium, at least not yet. And then I'll be on the July 3rd. I will be in Texas, Dallas, Texas for the Triller fight. That's going to be Oscar De La Hoya. That's fingers crossed. So 59 and feeling fine. Marcus, I'm ready to go. You know that. Born that ready. Thank you, Mr. Tipper. Our love out there to all you Scots out there. It's really nice to. You're up late too, aren't you? I know you're probably tipping it up there. Little tipper here and there. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Oh wait, I should tell you about our friends at Manscaped. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. It's right here between my balls. Yes, I have the ball preserver from our friends at Manscaped. This is ball deodorant. And this is the ball reviver. Oh, and I went today to have my balls checked actually at the doctor. As most of you know, I had a triple hernia and I'm fully recovered. But, they did a horrible job trimming me up. But, you don't have to do a horrible job because now you got this. And it actually comes with a handy little guide here. Like, let's say you just don't want to do the full bear thing. Like, you're like, I just want to get it down where it's not poking people in their eyes. The ball trimmer client, there's not too many better things that I could have fun with than the ball trimmer. Works on your sideburns. Cleans I can't find the guide. There was a guide in here. Oh, here it is. Here, so you put the guide on there, and that's just so you don't shave them all off, That's so you just trim, like a trim job. Like a rim job, trim job. So you can, and also does your chest hairs too. Manscaped, and you get 420 Live. If you use the 420 Live code, you get a 20% discount and free shipping. Look, gives you a little handy bag that you put your ball deodorant in, so they're always smelling nice. Your ball preserver and your ball reviver. Keep your balls revived. And this is a little bag you can put your balls in. No. When your wife cuts them off, you put them in the bag. There you go, Manscaped. And let's face it, it's called Manscaped, but if the ladies need it, what the hell? Hair's hair. What does it matter, men's or ladies? Right? Let's face it. Jamie. Thank you, Mindy. I hope all's well. Trim the garden path to make the path. That's right. You got to cut the bushes to make the trees look bigger, right? Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Peace, love, and happiness. Take care of yourselves. We will see you next week on Wednesday. What's the date? That date would be the I don't know why I need to know that. The 5th. Oh, Cinco de Mayo show. Come on. You can't make this shit up. Cinco de Mayo show. Like, that's not even with any scheduling. I'm going to like this new slot. Wednesdays at 4:20. 4:20 live. Jeff Kravitz signing off. Smoke a fatty today and just think about my forehead, will you? Have a good one, folks.